welcome to the Ask Arlene Show, the show that airs every Thursday evening at 6:30. It's a pleasure to be here with you this evening. It's a pleasure to come into your homes and have an opportunity to talk with you. I am Arlene, your host. I am a life coach and a business consultant specializing in the area of momentum and peak performance. So, have you ever wanted to write a book, but you just haven't seemed to get started? Or you wanted to start a business and you know exactly what business you want to start, but you just haven't seemed to get started? Or perhaps you want to 10x that business that you already have and you know exactly what you need to do in order to 10x that business, but you just don't seem to do it. Maybe you wanted to lose 10 pounds, that little extra 10 pounds. And you know what you need to do. Eat those vegetables, get a little exercise, but you just don't seem to be able to do it. Well, that's where a momentum coach or a peak performance coach comes in handy. So my job is to help you move forward in that business, project, or endeavor. So once again, it's great to join you. In weeks past, we've been talking about this book. It's called The 10 Secrets to Overcoming Fear and Getting Unstuck After COVID-19. And so we're still talking about how to overcome fear and get unstuck. In the past, we've talked about some of those 10 secrets, one of which was being clear about what exactly you want to achieve, knowing your why, because if you have a powerful enough why, then you will begin to continue and overcome any obstacle to achieve that goal because the why is so compelling. Okay, we also talked about visualization, putting the end from the beginning. So sitting there and visualizing the end product from the beginning and visualizing yourself already doing it, already being in that particular place with the $1 million business. So your business is now earning 2 to 5 million, but you want it to earn 5 to 10 million. And so you're visualizing the end product. So now you're sitting on the yacht. Now your kids are going to the top schools and you're able to pay out of pocket because you have this $5 million to $10 million business. You're looking at the end. And then you're going to visualize how you got there. You're going to plan backwards. Another one of the secrets that we talked about is momentum, this concept of just moving forward. And many of us have had a challenge, and I've shared my challenge in the past, that my mom passed away. I was a go-getter. I have several degrees. I was networking with people, high-level elected officials. I worked in corporate America. I was recruited for jobs in other states. But when my mom passed away, I was stuck, really stuck. And I just didn't have the energy to move forward. And what I had to do was go to conferences and start reading books and start getting a coach and getting a mentor and other people to work with me in order to move forward. So, let me get some water here. So today, we're actually going to be talking about relationships. Okay, guys? Relationships in business. Because relationships greatly impact where it is that we are going and how it is that we get there. But before we move forward, I want to remind you that we are not acting alone on the show today. Actually, we have a group of people that are a captive audience watching with us and participating with us and who have already begun on the journey of accomplishing those goals and 10xing those goals and losing that extra 10 pounds or maybe writing that book that they always wanted to write. And so we want you to join us in that group. And the way that you contact us in that group and become a part and network with us is through bit.ly/Ask Arlene. So that's bit.ly/ capital A for ask, ASK, Arlene, capital ARLENE. So once again, that platform through which you can contact us and be part of a group. And you say, well, what is this mastermind group business you keep talking about, Arlene? Well, remember, the mastermind group is a place where you can meet with other people that are on the journey with you as well. Because we said, remember, it's so important to not just take this journey alone, but to take this journey with company. All of the greats, guys, all of the greats had a coach. They had somebody who was in there and came alongside them and helped them to win at the game of life. So if you're thinking about anybody, the golfer, famous golfer, he had his dad who was coaching him along the way so that he, at 4 years old, was stating on camera, when I grow up, I'm going to win the Masters. Okay. And so he had this person who was coming alongside him, supporting him and working with him so that he could win. And eventually he fulfilled the dream. He saw the vision at the end. He saw himself winning the Masters and he planned backwards. And little by little, he began to manifest exactly what it was that he said he was going to do. And that's Tiger Woods. Let's look at the Williams sisters. The Williams sisters had their father who was their coach. And he worked those girls like there was no tomorrow. They said that every waking moment, every free moment was filled with them being coached in terms of how to play tennis. And so as a result, they became wonderful, tremendous tennis players. So today, guys, we want to move forward in our business, project, or endeavor. And I'm telling you and sharing with you that we want to work with you and we want to engage with you in order to accomplish those goals. Because as we can see, everybody has someone to work with them, someone to help them, a mentor, a coach. And like I said in the past, yeah, sometimes you have family members, but sometimes family members don't act as coaches because those family members are actually people who don't want to see you suffer. They don't want to see you in pain. And so instead of yelling and saying, yeah, do another 10 squats, those are the type of people who say, oh, sit down, sweetie, just relax, have a sandwich. We can do it again tomorrow. So if that's what you're working with, as far as your coach or your family member who is coaching you or helping you, that's not ideal. That's not really what you want. You want to hire a coach or at least find somebody who you think is going to push you in that area of endeavor. And also we talked about proximity. We talked about you being near to the people that are already accomplishing the goal that you have. So if your goal is to open a hair salon, the types of people that you should be hanging out with are people who already have hair salons. They're people who are already engaging in the task that you want to engage in. If you want to be a politician, then yeah, you should be out there on the front lines campaigning for other politicians and doing exactly for the other people what you want people to do for you. All right, so now we're going on to our new topic. And of course, we just mentioned a little brief overview, but today we want to talk about relationships. So guys, in my coaching journey, I have worked with very many people who have been motivated and have been winners in the game of life. They've been at the top of their craft. They have done well. However, somewhere along the journey, they connected with others or started relationships with others that did not help them in their advancement. And so last week I mentioned that I had a relationship with somebody who was involved with the financial services. And he gave me information about or suggestions as to what he thought I should be doing in terms of my financial planning. And the person heard relationships and the person said, oh, you're in a romantic relationship with that person. No. It's not a romantic relationship. It's a business relationship. Guys, if you want to see your business prosper, you want to see your business grow, get in a relationship with someone who is also in business, doing what you're doing, and is positive and is winning and can show you how to do it. However, this is the caveat, guys. You can also get into a relationship with someone who is not working towards seeing you win in business. So you partner with somebody who is maybe lagging or lacking in several areas, and that person is actually draining your business, is actually pulling you down, is actually weighting you and preventing you from moving forward. And so in terms of the people that I've worked with, As I said, I've run several chambers of commerce. I have a friend who I was working with, and he shared his nightmare business partnership. And in this story, this gentleman, who's a mature business owner, very well established, had two friends. And they were also in the same business as him. This gentleman is from the Caribbean descent, and so he's involved with a Caribbean food organization. And the two other friends of his were also involved with this Caribbean food organization. So they said, let's partner together. Let's work together. Let's open up a new store, and the three of us are going to work. However, we're going to protect the innocent and the guilty by not using names, and hopefully nobody will figure out who these people are. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. But these other two partners did not participate in the business. They didn't do their fair share, guys. They were partaking in the spoils. They were partaking in the funds, the revenues of the firm, but they weren't actually doing their part. So they broke it down. So whenever you're forming these business relationships, guys, think ahead of time. Who is this person that I'm forming a relationship with? Don't just think of it from a financial perspective. Like, yes, they may bring funding to the table. They may bring clients to the table. But you also have to think about how the two of you mesh together, how the two of you work together. What's your character versus the character of the other person? Are you an outspoken person who likes to do business on the up and up, and everything has to be clear and everything has to be concise? And this other person is kind of doing things in the dark. And this other person is a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more comfortable with doing things that may not be on the up and up. So this is a key way to destroy your business and a key way to get stuck. Okay, guys? Another story. There was another gentleman who I was working with. He had a flower business. Okay, and the business was just getting started. And for those of you that are in the flower business, you understand that it takes time for the business to build. And so he was building, he was growing, and he was also an accountant on the side. So the accounting supported the flower business. And he connected with a business partner. And this gentleman came to the table and supposedly was going to invest large sums of money in the business. And the two of them were going to work together. And the two of them were going to support each other via going to the Olympics. And they were going to sell flowers at the Olympics. And it was going to be awesome. Okay. But unfortunately, I don't know how much of the story to tell, guys, because I want to protect the innocent and the guilty. But apparently, this other gentleman absconded with the money from the firm. And like many times when we're dealing with unscrupulous people in business, they abscond. They can abscond with the money, with the funding. So it's very important, guys, that we look at the relationships that we're working with, okay? And if you're not able to have that personal relationship in terms of the character of the person, in terms of a flow with you and the person, then even though sometimes the finances are in order, it may not be a relationship that you should enter into. So don't just think, well, it's not personal, it's just business. If it's business and you're in relationship, the two of you need to have a meshing. You need to be able to come together. And if it's like this and you're repelling each other and you're fighting, trust me, guys, it's not worth it. It's not worth the financial investment. It's better you take the time and grow your business little by little, okay? It's better you just open a small office or a small firm, or start with just, patties, selling patties instead of selling, lots and lots of things like jerk chicken and jerk pork. Just start with selling patties. Start with something small, okay, without the financial investment. And I heard the Shark Tank expert, Mr. Cuban, say that actually when it comes to business, if you can start a business without borrowing money and you start small and grow, there's nothing wrong with that, because then you get to see from the grassroots how the business is progressing. You get to see what works, what doesn't work. Sometimes when we start too big, then we're out there and the likelihood of the business failing is much greater. And we know, for those of you who know the statistics, you know that most businesses fail within the first 5 years anyway. So you want to do everything that you can to help prevent that process and help yourself have that fighting chance, have that fighting shot. And so that's why we're talking about relationships in business. Okay, guys, now we usually have our 3-minute break. And so we're going to take a little break and we're going to have you listen to a beautiful song today by The Empress. And when we come back, I'm going to be talking about relationships, actually romantic relationships, and how they impact or may impact your business, guys. You don't want to miss this part, because that has been something that has truly impacted businesses either in the positive or in the negative. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes.
I got an appointment at 8. Through no city traffic, man, I can't be late. Don't fake shine, I'll miss it, what you gotta say. You were quick to make decisions, why now hesitate? I settle for less, but I deserve so much more. And baby, I charge interest, so this price you can't afford. If it's right or it's left, maybe for a kid, only 4. But you need your right from your right, that's wrong. If I'm returning, would you throw and make you feel right back? Was done in the dark, that's no secret. Why you keeping them like napkins in the compartment, baby? You don't need me, just use me for your play. Now I could brethren messing with my feng shui. Now I accept sorries and royalties. I'm taking that in cash, no apology. I accept sorries and royalties. I'm taking that in cash, no apologies. I can't wait for you to be the man you need to be. I accept sorries and royalties. I'm taking that in cash, no apologies, babe.
Name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
Yeah, hello. I was calling because I missed you. I wanted to let you know that I was sorry. If there's anything that I can do to make the situation better, please let me know. I'll do anything. I'm sorry. That's all I can give you right now.
I remember it was 6 in the morning, but it was 3 in LA. And I called up my mama, I told her I couldn't wait. It's crazy people leave like they don't need you, and love to mis-explain how all the bad leads right back to you. But that's you, it's true that maybe people just do what they gotta do. And I can't blame you, man, I just hope you change. Who am I to say for all the things I wouldn't do the same, baby? You don't need me, just using me for kids. Well, I'm not no mama, I'll be 10 for you, let me trade. Now I accept sorries and royalties. I'm taking that in cash, no apologies, baby. I accept sorries and royalties. I'm taking that in cash, no apologies. 'Cause I can't wait for you to be the man you need to be. I accept sorries and royalties. I'm taking that in cash, no apologies, babe.
We're talking about partners and relationships in terms of business, guys. So we talked a little bit about business relationships, like partnering with people in business in terms of this person wants to join your business and how that person can impact your business and cause the business to be even more successful or actually cause the business to fail. So it's very important when we're trying to grow and get unstuck and expand that we look at who it is that we're partnering with in business. Otherwise, guys, that can be a number one way to fail in business and just really get stuck and not be able to get unstuck because you're bombarded by this person's thought process and the way that they conduct business. So after the break now, I said we were going to talk about personal relationships. Okay, so this is very near and dear to my heart. So once again, I've written this book. It's called The 10 Secrets to Overcoming Fear and Getting Unstuck After COVID-19. And I've also written another book. It's called The 10 Secrets to Networking. And last week we talked about how social networking can impact your business and cause it to grow or expand. But the whole concept of networking, as we started talking about it, social networking, is relationships. Okay. And we talked about it from a business perspective and things that you can do in order to build the relationship. But ladies and gentlemen, there is absolutely no relationship that will impact your business more than the personal relationship that you have. That romantic relationship, that husband, that wife, that spouse, that boyfriend, that girlfriend. There is no surer way to get stuck in business than to connect with somebody who doesn't really want to see you do well in business. And sometimes it's not even a matter of not seeing you do well in business. It's just that they don't understand the lifestyle of an entrepreneur. They don't understand the amount of work that you have to put in to write that book, because now you're going day and night. Every free moment you're writing a new chapter. Every free moment you're allowing your creative juices to flow until you're able to produce this product. Or if it's in terms of the business, you're giving all of your free time to this business until this business, which is like your baby, is able to manifest. It's able to grow and expand. And so there's that other person, and that person is maybe in your ear saying, well, spend time with me. Why are you spending time on that book? Why are you spending time in that mastermind group? Why are you spending time going to those conferences and shows? Because remember, we said one of the key pieces is being around those people who are doing what you're doing so that they can motivate you and inspire you to move forward in that business project or endeavor. So remember, guys, I'm a life coach and a business consultant. And my job is to help you to move forward in that business project or endeavor. But while you're making plans, if you've not already decided on who it is that's your partner, this is an excellent time to truly think and evaluate who it is that you want to connect with. Okay, and we said that some of the things that I have several people in my group and several people that I have coached right now that are dealing with challenges with their spouse because they're on several groups. So let's say you join these groups and you're looking for clients within these groups, and these groups all meet in the evenings. And in these groups, they have homework that you're supposed to be doing and things that you're supposed to be bringing back to the group. That means that you're spending a lot of time, your evenings, especially if you work on the outside and your business is a part-time business, or you're trying to write a book while you have a 9-to-5 job, then chances are a lot of the time that you're working on the business, a lot of that time is in the evening. And remember that before, that's the time that you would have been spending with that boyfriend, with that girlfriend, with that husband, with that wife. And now they're perturbed because they're saying, hey, where's my time? Where's my time? So when you're connecting, it's important that you connect with somebody that understands that this is a project, this is an endeavor, and not just give you lip service, because they may say, everybody's going to say, oh, yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, go ahead and do it, until dinner's not on the table, or until, as a gentleman, you're not able to show up for that date because you're doing this extra project in the evening in order to build your business. Or let's say you're in network marketing. Now you're going to the network marketing meetings in the evenings. And so what's your partner doing? What's your spouse doing? There are several people who have endeavored to expand their businesses or to grow or to do something new and different. Now they're exercising in the evening. Now you're running and your partner's not a runner. Hello. So what's your partner doing now while you're doing this preparation for the 5K? Okay, so 3 days a week after work now, instead of you going on that date in the evening, you're at the track. So it's very important that you talk and communicate and connect with people who support you long term and not give you just lip service in terms of their support. Like, yeah, I support you, but truly understand the concept and truly want to see you win in that particular area. Because not everybody wants to be connected with an entrepreneur or connected with somebody who is going to be a physical education enthusiast or someone who's on a health journey because now you want to lose that extra 20 pounds and now you're, instead of cooking chicken, you're now cooking falafel. Okay, guys? So as part of getting unstuck and moving forward, relationships and who you connect with are I cannot express to you how important that is. And I told you that I wrote this book, 10 Secrets to Getting Unstuck, after COVID-19. Well, I didn't write that as number one, but if I were to rewrite this book right now, I would actually put relationships at the top, because your relationship can kill your business. And as far as you overcoming and getting unstuck, if you have that person in your ear constantly pulling you down and talking with you and complaining about the project or endeavor that you're embarking upon, and it's already a challenge for you, the chances of you getting up and doing it are going to be that much more slim. So relationships are everything, guys. Relationships in terms of networking. We talked about secrets to networking and social media networking, but also in terms of the intimate relationships that you have, because those people impact you greatly, because those are the people that you love. So rather than in your planning process, just love the person because you love them, and then later on deal with or share that you want to do business and you want to embark on this journey, it's very important that upfront you discuss it with your partner and see if you can get the support in the relationship that you truly need. Okay, guys, so we only have limited time, so I would love to share with you some more stories and go more in depth, but our time is far spent. So we only have 3 minutes left, and so in closing, our time is it just goes by so quickly. I want to remind you that you can still join us offline and join us on Facebook and continue the conversation. Join us on Instagram and continue the conversation. It's AskArleneShow.com as the website. As far as the group, it's bit.ly/AskArlene. There's no period. It's just bit.ly/capital A for Ask and capital A for Arlene. And then our Facebook is Ask Arlene Talk Show Mastermind Networking Group and Program. So many of you are saying, what's the mastermind? It means that instead of just me talking with you as a particular coach, you have the opportunity to interact with each other and other people who are also on the journey with you. And on Instagram, follow us on Instagram, guys, at Ask Arlene Show. Instagram.com/Ask Arlene Show. Okay, thank you for joining us. I'd love to thank William. Oh, thank you so much. I thank you for the basket of fruits. And I want to thank all of those of you who are listening. I'd like to thank our team, Tina and Amani and William and Nicholas and everybody who helped to make this show great today. Thank you very much, guys. And you guys, see you next week. Same time, 6:30 on Thursday. Bye-bye.
I got an appointment at 8. Through no city traffic, man, I can't be late. Don't fake shine, I'll miss it, what you gotta say. You were quick to make decisions, why now hesitate? I settle for less, but I deserve so much more. And baby, I charge interest, so this price you can't afford. If it's right or it's left, maybe for a kid, only for